So you've got a comprehensive book coming out by Joe Nick right now, right? What can you tell us about that?
Well, really, Joe did a good job. I read a little bit of it, and he went all the way back to the beginning in Arkansas and met a lot of my folks back there. And, he's a great writer, so I know it's going to be okay.
Were you surprised by how much you remembered after, going through that whole process of trying to remember all those stories from different times?
Yeah, you get to thinking about things, and plus when I started reading some of the book, a lot of it already came back to me.
Yeah. And do you feel okay with having that much of your life out there in book form for everybody to read?
Well, I think everybody's already read or heard or more about me than they need to anyway. One more book is not going to hurt.
Yeah. So I know that you used to do these kind of marathon kind of meet and greets, but the carpal tunnel kind of took over. Is that kind of sad for you not to be able to reach out to as many people?
Yeah, I enjoy doing that, and I have to slow down a little bit on that. But I think most everybody understands.
Yeah, it's true. Well, and as far as being an icon, really, and also being honored kind of in dinners, like with the and things like that, is that kind of interesting for you too, to kind of see all these people that are great artists kind of go forth and say all these great things about you?
Well, I can only relate to how I felt when I was meeting some of the guys that I admired and respected, and so I kind of know how they feel.
Yeah. Who was the one person, would you say, that made the biggest impression on you?
Actually, it was a guy. It wasn't a guy that a lot of people would know. It's just an early guy in radio that I was with, who was a very smart guy, and I learned a lot about people from him. He was a great salesman and a good radio man. And, he had a great philosophy.
Yeah. Now, every time I've seen you, you're a master joke teller. Do you have a good one that you can tell us? Doesn't even have to be funny.
I told you about the guy that went to the doctor for a physical, and the doctor said, well, first of all, you got to stop masturbating. He said, why? I said, so I can examine you.
She got all... See, got me out of interviewing character here. As far as the biodiesel stuff that you're working on, what can you tell me about where you are with that? I mean, it's great to see the BioWillie stations and all that stuff.
Well, it's slow.
Yeah.
It's slow not only for people to learn about it. A lot of people didn't know you could make gasoline or energy out of vegetable oil.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know, the original diesel engine was designed to run on peanut oil. A lot of people didn't know that. Ethanol was strange to people. And now they see that a farmer can go out here and not only grow your food for you, but he can grow your fuel. And you don't have to import it all the way from anywhere.
Yeah. Now your album, Moment of Forever, is out right now. What can you tell us about, like, your favorite track on that?
On my new album?
Yeah.
Well, I like Moment of Forever, the Chris's song, the title song. And I Gotta Get Over You Again. There's not any bad songs on there, really.
Yeah. Now you have some amazing visitors that come and see you, from actors, musicians, politicians, things like that. Even the Dalai Lama. Who has been the one person that's shown up that kind of threw you off, that you really didn't expect to see at one of your shows?
Well, the first time that I saw Leon Russell and Darryl Royal together sitting at one of my table at one of my shows at John T. Floors in a Lotus, I think after that I was never shocked at anything.
Yeah, and years later you spent some good time with Leon.
A lot of good times, yeah.
That's great. And now, as far as you did a recent album with Ray Price, and you've done plenty of recordings with Merle and things like that. Do you think this is sort of who do you think will kind of carry on the tradition as far as up and coming artists?
Oh, it's hard to say. The way the record companies are now, the way the radio playlists go these days, it's hard to say. You can't predict. I can remember a time though when I could write a song today, record it today, have it out to the disc jockeys in 10 days or 2 weeks, and those days are gone. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah. And you're still doing films, and you're most recently with Jessica Simpson again, who last time I interviewed you, said you guys were kind of like soulmates. Is that right?
We still are.
Yeah. Is that what is it about her that you know, she's also from Dallas like we are, so what is it about her that they're really that you guys really
Oh, I don't know. You know, you see people you
Mm-hmm.
know immediately whether you like them or not. And
Yeah.
Jessica and I hit it off right from the beginning, and
Mm-hmm.
became great friends and had a lot of fun making movies. And so she's just a real good friend. And, you know, I love her a lot.
Yeah. Do you have any other film plans coming up?
Well, I'm doing an animated film today. I'm doing some voiceovers for a animated movie in there today called The Wild Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about war with plants. The genetically modified corn coming
Yeah.
in and poisoning all the rest of the plant world. And it's a pretty interesting movie. And I play a character called the Sage. So.
That makes sense. Huh?
Yeah,
So-
not to me, but it might.
So is it pretty interesting for you just being sort of the icon and the hero to so many people? When people meet you, they kind of, you know, they, I guess sometimes some people freak out, some people freeze, some people, you know, don't know. Is it kind of funny to be on the other side of that, to see how people react to meeting you?
Well, yes, you know, it's gratifying, naturally, to know that you have some effect on somebody. And again, I can only relate to the way I feel about people that I admire and respect, and I meet them for the first time. I remember the first time I met Hopalong Cassidy and Gene Autry and people like that, and Roy Rogers. And I know how they feel when you meet someone you've always admired.
Yeah.